Hello and welcome to a slightly different video. I'm going to talk about my thoughts on Fallout First based on me being someone who plays and helps promote Fallout 76, I guess, in a roundabout way, because I stream it pretty much daily, and I've played it quite a lot since launch, done lots of research into the game, and I do enjoy aspects of it. There are certain events I enjoy. I still enjoy doing the Queen. I enjoy getting together with people on public servers and the main aspects that are there. I also enjoy playing with certain friends, and sometimes it's nice to go on to certain servers and not be harassed and be able to take over workshops. And that's what private service allows you to do. But it's at such a premium that it is unaffordable for most families, most players. I mean, don't forget that a lot of the Fallout 76 community is probably an older fan base, tends to be older players. And no insult to us all, but we're no spring chickens anymore. There are younger players as well, but since it's an 18 plus game, you would expect that most players are in the 18 to 50 category, I would probably say. And yeah, we've probably got families and other commitments and things, but Bethesda are trying to nickel and dime us for every last penny and cent. It shouldn't be called Fallout First, it should probably be called Fallout Fist, because it feels like, yeah, that's what they're doing to us. I understand that people have got it. I do have people that have got it, and I have experienced it firsthand, and it's quite nice to be able to play in a lag-free environment. But if the only way to get a lag-free environment is to only have 8 players on a server, that's not enough to really do the Queen, unless you've all got some god-tier weapons that you've acquired through questionable means, or you've had since before the nerfs were brought in. They brought in lots of nerfs to this game that made it harder, more grindier, and so you have to spend more time collecting ammo. It's harder to collect ammo. They've nerfed the workshops. They've nerfed so many things since the game's come out, and then sold us the solution. We had to really push, the community really had to push to get the atom size up to 800, and it's insulting. When you look 20 years ago, you had games like Phantasy Star Online. People would be like, well, Sega aren't here anymore. Well, yeah, the hardware side failed for them, but they did do some things right. And Phantasy Star Online had private servers for free in the game. Effectively, you could lock the server between. You could go in with 4 players, and the maximum you could get was 4 players in any one little game area, and then a dungeon, if you like. You'd crawl through the dungeon. It would have several areas. All behind doors and that. It was not a bad little game, good fun. But yeah, you could put a code on this so it'd be private. I mean, the private servers here, people could just join. We were playing the other day on a friend's private server, and people were just randomly joining from a friends list. There was no, request to join, and she accepts. That's how it should have been implemented. It's just, it beggars belief of how it was implemented and how it was rushed to market without being tested. Clearly, like everything is not tested. To say Fallout 76 is devoid of content is not true, but there are persistent glitches, like the social glitches on the social menu. They've been there since the launch. There are turret sounds that keep reoccurring when things get nuked. Numerous little niggles and things that detract from the game world and your experience of being here and things like that. It's just frustrating. And to top it all off, we now have the news that the stash box size, stash eats your junk. It's supposed to store an infinite amount of junk. That's what you're paying for. The infinite storage that they said wasn't possible, but now it's made it possible with their instancing technology. I would guess that's what they're using. The instancing technology is the same technology that they've developed for the. I say they've developed. They've rushed to market for the vault raids, and people were reporting back then in the vault raids when they were coming out, they were having their entire inventory wiped. This is probably the same instancing technology that's going to be used and has been developed for Wastelanders, and that's probably why we've seen a delay in Wastelanders. That's my theory anyway. I don't have anything concrete to back that up, but it's, I'm not a betting man, but I put a fiver on that one. It's frustrating because this instancing technology is eating people's junk now, There's several reports on Reddit already that people are putting loads of junk in there, go into their public worlds, and there's no junk there, so they've got nothing to repair, prepare ammo, all this stuff, make jetpacks, all the things that you need. And this is a heavy crafting based game, and if you're someone who, like me, weekly moves their camps on 4 different characters, kind of need these systems to be working well, fluidly, and enjoyably. At the moment, they're just made grindier and grindier and lootier and lootier, and it's been, nerf after nerf after nerf, and it's getting to the point where I'm feeling that the meme from not Angry Joe, I've just been watching him, from Filthy Frank needs to be there. It's time to stop that kind of, on the green screen with the big block. Bethesda, it's time to stop. They're trying to shake players for every nickel and dime. I understand the appealing things. They've looked at what is done well in the past. I would think they probably sold lots of the cultist packs, and they're probably going to sell a lot more of the cultist packs, because that's really a well-designed pack. And there was new assets that were in this game, and they looked good, and they felt right, and people were like, well, I'd love to have that in my camp, and they put them behind some Atom, so you could use some Atom you've earned in-game over the week, and perhaps top it up with, say, £10 worth of Atom, or $10 or whatever, and then just that's it. You would have the pack, and you'd be able to create this across all your characters, and that's kind of worthwhile. But Angry Joe points out that you get in 16,000, but it's not even enough to get a power armor skin. 1 power armor skin, the amount of Atom they're giving you per month. When Rockstar Games make an error in their games, they give you free in-game currency, and they realise they've messed up with things. We've not seen anything. Where's our 500 Atom for all the people that have been here since day one, or our canvas bags, Bethesda? It's kind of that feeling, that attitude about it all. I don't know. I did originally record this video, but I've redone it, reworked it since. So some of the points I had may have got lost to the ethers of time, but I think I'm kind of disappointed, because I'm happy to support Bethesda if they do right by the players and by the fan base. They're not doing right by us at the moment. It's like if you have a bad government, you remove them from office. We can't vote to remove Bethesda from office, but whoever's making decisions, whoever's signing off on this stuff, whoever's looking at this, clearly is not a gamer or a Fallout 4 fan. It is purely money driven. It is poorly marketed, badly executed, rushed to market. It's all the things that it shouldn't be. It needs to change. It needs to stop. We as fans are probably not going to be here much longer. There are other games, and don't forget Bethesda. You still have lots of back catalogue that we enjoy playing, and I quite happily would bring them to my channel and stop with 76. I'm only playing it now for my friends and for the people and for a few events that I like doing that I think are kind of worth grinding for, but even now I'm beginning to question that. I won't be signing up for Fallout First anytime soon. I just don't have the financial solution to be able to do that, and and I don't think even if I did have the finances to be able to sign up for it, I don't think I would be signing up for Fallout Fist, to be honest with you, because I'm not in the mood for it, really. Right, thank you for listening. I'm going to end this here because I can't add any more. I think it's nice to be on a private server and play lag free, but is it worth £10 a month? $13? I think it might even be more than £10 a month. I'll have to ask my friends that have signed up for it. Yeah, there is another thing as well, that actually with the emotes, the emotes are badly executed, because even when you stop emoting or you're putting up another emote, the music continues playing from the emote, so it's kind of like it's kind of like Jake Paul singing "Buy My Merch" constantly. Even when I was doing an event the other day, I had some guy start doing the Mothman thing. It's like, oh, very good. You've been sucking into spending more money on a game you've already paid for. And yeah, so it's kind of like "Buy My Merch." It's kind of obnoxious in telling you that, hey, you can't afford this, but I can afford this over here. I've got that disposable income. You should be like me. You should be spending, which is the psychology of whaling. There's a whole seminar about that. In whaling in the games industry and how mobile phone free to play and all that sort of thing works, but they're bringing it to our AAA games. Don't forget, we've all paid the entry price. Some of us even paid £50 or $60 on day one, and I happen to be one of those people. Bethesda, do right by your fans. Turn this around, otherwise you ain't going to have no fans. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. Just as little as £3 a month can get you a skin for your camp, some plants, or something equivalent. With a modest payment of £5 a month, you can get a skin. But if you're willing to spend £15 a month, then you can get Fallout First. This is a premium subscription service that allows Bethesda executives to drive around in Ferraris, Lamborghinis, have yachts in the Bahamas while you stare at a screen of a broken game, watching the same glitches, thinking, why are these still in the game a year after launch? So, give us your credit card details. We need to put more Bethesda executives in Ferraris in the Bahamas. Thank you for listening to this appeal.